Alright guys, hey, and welcome back to the channel. So I've been uploading a lot of videos trying to get caught up. Some things I just said, you know what, whatever. But like right now, for some reason, weeks 22 through my current week right now, where I'm 26 weeks and 4 days, I have not been recording videos. I haven't had any real symptom changes outside of feeling a little bit more out of breath. Backache has been one of my major things, and some nasal congestion, and that's because nothing else has really changed outside of the fact that my belly's gotten bigger. I have been to the hospital. I've been to the doctor since my last appointment. What's changed with that, because my appointments were still once a month at this point. What's changed between then and now is that I've checked on baby. Baby is good. Baby was 1.75 pounds last time that we saw him, so he was about 14 ounces, and he was doing good. Heart rate was 144, so he was 14 ounces. As far as myself, I did take my glucose test and I passed that. The issue that I've been having since the beginning of pregnancy, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in one of my videos, but was that I have low platelet counts. It's a thing that happens during pregnancy, so we've been monitoring it over pregnancy with blood tests and stuff. And so we did do a blood test when I went to get my blood drawn for the glucose test. You can see that vein right there. Like, it's just, my boobs have been hurting, but glucose test, and so my platelets are still low. So the doctor did email me back, and she told me that I need to start taking an iron supplement. So I have to go and get some over-the-counter iron pills, and she said possibly pick up some stool softeners because it might make me constipated. But either way, so I'm just going to go off my book and go off the basic general symptoms and let you know if I have them. Like I said, nothing really too major outside of the fact that I actually have been wanting sweets more. Like right after this video, I'm going to have some apple pie a la mode. And I had completely fallen off sweets my whole entire first 5 months of pregnancy. But for some reason right now, in this month, moving into the next month, I have been like craving sweets. So week 22 through week 26, it falls within my 6th month, which is the 23rd week through the 27th week. So I'm basically just going to go over. It says on the 23rd week, a window in your womb would reveal that your baby's skin is a bit saggy, hanging loosely from your little body because the skin has to grow. The body and the skin grows faster than the blood and the fat develops. It's not much fat to fill the skin up yet, but don't worry, in due time. Beginning this week, baby was around 11 inches long, just over a pound, beginning to pack on the pounds, which means I will too. It's another thing. I originally started this pregnancy at 153, and at my last appointment, which was on last Monday on the 9th of January, I was 178 pounds. So week 24, at a weight of 1 1/3 pound and the length of 11.5 inches, the baby is now the size of an ear of corn. Baby weekly weight gain now is going to be about 6 ounces a week. Not quite as much as I'm putting on, but getting closer to gaining the weight. Of course, they say that there's possibly some sprinkling of hair. Baby has eyelashes, but the hair has no pigment at this time, so it would appear white. Week 25, baby growing by leaps and bounds in inches. This week reaching 13 inches, over a foot long in the length or more, and it's 1.5 pounds in weight. And there are exciting developments on the horizon too. The capillaries forming under the skin are filling with blood. By the week's end, the sacs that line the capillaries will also develop into the baby's lungs, getting the baby's ready for its first breath. Mind you, those lungs aren't ready for part-time breathing yet, and they have a lot more maturing to do. But surfactant is building up inside the baby's lungs, which will help the baby's lung expand at the time of birth. Pretty much it. Baby's practicing swallowing still. The nostrils are opening. The nostrils have opened up at this point. And then going on into, and it's so funny because in this particular week is when I had my doctor's appointment, and when she went to check on the baby, his mouth was wide open, like open, and in addition to that, he smiled. Like, I laughed and I giggled, and he smiled, and I got like pictures of it. I'm gonna try to see if I can attach pictures. For some reason, the video thing that I use has not been allowing me to add pictures to it, so I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but I'll try to figure it out, and if I can, I'll add those sonogram photos for you guys. Week 26, the next time browsing through the meat department, pick up a 2 2-pound chuck rolls, not for dinner, just so that you can see how much the baby weighs. So right now, baby is weighing about 2 pounds. Your baby now weighs 2 pounds. Development this week is that the baby eyes have opened. So now he has vision of light. He could detect it before, but now his eyes are open. Even though they say there's not much to see, his eyes are now open. The eyelids have been fused for the past few months, obviously, but now that they're open, now that the irises have developed, still doesn't have much pigmentation to it because it's still early. But that's like normal, they said, because even after my first daughter was born, her eyes were gray. And it wasn't until she was about a couple of months when they settled into that light brown hazel color. So they said the pigmentation is still going to continue to work, you know, blase, blase, blase. So I have officially completed 26 weeks of pregnancy, and I'm moving on into my 27th week, where head to toe they say the baby will end up being about 14.5 inches, creeping up the charts to about 2 pounds, still maybe a couple ounces over, give or take. So that's pretty much it. Let's see, moving on. My body this month. Physically, I definitely feel the baby a lot. I feel him all the time. I feel him even when he's just turning. Right now they said that he's settled into a head down position, but I feel him all the time. He loves my right side, so he's always along this area here. He's actually floating a little higher right now. I don't really have very much discharge. The lower abdominal pains and aches, I did have those earlier in the month. But as I'm getting closer to the end of this month, my back more so just hurts. No constipation, heartburn, indigestion. Yes, I've picked up a little bit of heartburn only when I eat things like spaghetti, lasagna, something with some kind of sauce or hot sauce or something in there. Will I get a heartburn or indigestion? I have had gas. That is like one of the major things as well. I haven't had any headaches. I don't feel dizzy. I've had slight nasal congestion, maybe on or off, only because it's been cold outside, and my nose always gets runny and stuff once it gets cold, so I can't even say that that's really pregnancy related, but I have had that. No gum bleeding. I have had a pretty decent and hearty appetite. This is the picture that it shows you what your belly looks like with the baby. That's the baby there. I do have a nice size bump. My bump is not that small. At the beginning of this month, the top of my uterus is 1.5 inches above my belly button. So my belly button here, so I'm going to say the top of my uterus is about here. I have been experiencing Braxton Hicks contractions, and they are getting more stronger as this month progressed. Leg cramps, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just basically taking a bath to ease the backache, moving around in the bed, just rotating, my legs will cramp up all the way down and into my feet, like my hip bones and everything. It's just like, I didn't think I was going to get leg cramps, but I did. Today, I kind of noticed that my hands were just a little bit swollen. My feet, not so much. My toes, yes, but not around my ankles. No hemorrhoids, varicose veins, itchy belly, a little bit. My navel is all the way out at this point. Patchy skin, yes. I have these little dry patches on my thighs. They kind of resemble like a wingworm, but it's just like in one spot, and then it'll just be an itchy patch. I don't know what that is, but hey, whatever. As far as stretch marks, so far so good. Nothing really outrageous. I know I did have a couple of them lined across here, and then the 3 little like ones about this big on each side of my belly due to my last pregnancy. But so far, and I can just see those, they're still very, very light, and I would assume it's because, yes, my belly stretched back out again, so now those are prominent, and I can see those. Enlargement of breast. Okay, so my boobs are getting so big. They hurt so bad. Even as you can see now, there's veins just going everywhere. I was a D cup prior to this, so right now I'm pretty much wearing sports bras. I'm trying to hold out on buying maternity bras. I've been doing some research and asking some of the moms in my group on Facebook what are good bras. A lot of them are saying H&M's maternity bras are very, very good. So I think that I'll probably be purchasing my bras somewhere in my 7th semester next month-ish. Maybe not even next month, probably the end of this month of January, going into February. But I'm trying to wait for my boobs to get as big as they're going to get and then purchase nursing bras. I don't want them all hanging off of me. I still do have my larger sports bras from when I first had my boobs augmented. That's what I'm actually using right now, just for comfortability, accessibility, easy on and off, those type of things like that, and support. So I'm using those right now, but I did want to get some nice nursing bras that I can unhinge and stuff for the baby. So I'll be purchasing some of those from H&M, as well as, a couple nursing tops and some leggings and sweatpants, just things that I'm going to wear from the hospital and wear around for the first couple of days. So that's going to be like my last maternity haul for me as far as wearing gear. Emotionally, fewer mood swings, I'd agree. Forgetfulness, I'm not really that forgetful. Feeling like pregnancy is endless, not so much. Even though I'm getting up there, I still feel like I have forever to go. And plenty of excitement. I am excited. We are excited. I've started the nursery, and so we are on the move. Everything else is not really an issue. One of the things that I will say that I am having an issue with is more so just trouble sleeping, getting comfortable. No matter how I sleep, no matter how I fall asleep, I always end up waking up on my back. It's like it just does not matter if I sleep on my left side. Majority of the pregnancy I slept on my left side. But now I find myself even falling asleep on my left side or my right side, waking up on my back. I guess it's if you're comfortable, sleep on your back. But I can't help it. But getting to sleep is hard for me right now. Pretty much that's it. Nothing else really changed. I can give you guys a quick belly shot really fast. But this is going to be me at 26 weeks and 5 days. This is the belly. There it is. There it is from the front. Little baby. And here